Hello and welcome back to A Better World. This is your host, Mitchell J. Rabin, and we're very glad you're joining us again today. Today we're going to have another very interesting show, a musical show at that. We have with us Inner Voice. They're a very special group of musicians that are here from Miami, who have been together for the past number of years playing, making the most beautiful music. It's beatific, actually. It's coming from what feels like another planet. I feel that it is about to actually transform our notion of music and its relevance to us in our lives, especially those who care about their own psychological and spiritual development. And you'll get a sense of what I mean rather soon. So who we have with us right this moment is Ashley and Taz, who are two of the 5 musicians. And we'll be speaking with them about some of what informs their music. And I just wanted to tell you that we met just recently at a satsang of Gangaji, where they were playing, and the whole audience, as much as they were moved by everything going on in the stillness and magnificence of the space, were moved to another level from their singing. So, hello and welcome.
Hello. Thank you very much for having us here.
Absolutely. Good to have you on A Better World.
Yay! It's nice to be in a better world.
Isn't it? Isn't it? Well, I feel that you two and your whole group is helping to really bring about a better world, which is really why I wanted to have you on the show. So people can see what's going on in the world of music among young people who are really taking matters into their own hands and taking their heartfelt feelings and understandings and bringing it into the musical domain, because there hasn't been a lot of that. It shows up some in hip-hop and shows up in a few different places, but wow, I think that you guys have just hit another level.
Wow, thank you.
Generation. Absolutely. So, Ashley, first of all, how did you get involved in this in the first place? Did you come out of the womb singing, or?
Well, yeah, actually, came out of the womb screaming, singing. I started singing before I started talking, and music has always been my way of communicating with others. So
really, before you began talking?
Yeah, before I began talking, I would listen. I would when the people in my family would watch television, I wouldn't watch the programming, but I'd get up and sing the commercials that would come on, because I would learn all the melodies, and I'd be singing before I was talking, and always using music as my most powerful means of communication and expressing myself.
Yeah.
And so it was a natural evolution to in the curiosity of discovering who I am, who is this, who are we, what is going on here, the mystery and the wonder of life. It was very natural to then allow music to be a tool to point to what I've discovered, what I've realized.
Now, have you been on a particular spiritual path, so to speak, or have you just been allowing life to inform you and give to you?
Well, a wonderful mixture of both, because what's so beautiful about life is that it itself, in its mystery and its softness and its harshness and the beauty and the tragedies. It's an amazing teacher when you allow it to be so, when you allow yourself to rest in the struggle. So
it is the teacher, the ultimate
Yes.
teacher, no matter what other teachers we may embrace along the way.
Absolutely,
right?
as little aspects of the whole,
Exactly.
the main teacher.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Taz, tell us a little bit about yourself and how you got connected to the vibe here.
The vibe. Wonderful. Well.
You're from originally
From Colombia, and
but
you
you're
know,
both Colombian and Japanese, is that correct?
yes, I have a brother who's also in the group. His name is Edwin, and he and I have a Japanese father and a Colombian mother, And it has served in such a wonderful way to see these cultures from apparently completely opposite sides of the world to come together and being able to stay together as family, as one. Having the true love and essence of their beings and their cultures to predominate over the differences, over anything that may seemingly separate them. And that has been a great teacher in my life, in my family as well. To be able to have those cultures and have that represent the whole world, and understanding that the world can really come together and can see beyond these apparent differences, apparent separations, that can be really almost meaningless, in the presence of what is, love.
So the trick is to speak Spanish but play shakuhachi.
Play shakuhachi and speak Spanish. Yes.
Or to play shakuhachi with a Spanish accent.
That's right.
The way to world peace.
Okay.
Revealed to you right before your eyes.
On abetterworld.net.
Excellent.
So thank you for that sharing. It's very special. And your background is Cuban and Americano.
Cuban, American, Italian, such a big mix, and
Wow.
growing up in different parts of different cities and of Miami, where there's such a huge mix of cultures,
Sure.
so it's been great. I've always felt that I was just a citizen of the world and dabbled into every kind of singing. When I sing it, I have a little bit of R&B, a little bit of gospel, a little bit of Middle Eastern, a little bit of Indian, a little bit of, I like to incorporate all kinds of different flavors, because it's the voice of humanity, really.
Exactly. It's interesting because if you think about our cultural mixtures that virtually all of us have some combination of.
Yeah.
If people decided to really adhere to the idea that one grouping or nationality was somehow superior to another, we'd be fighting with ourselves all the time.
Oh my gosh.
Right.
Yeah.
The Spanish with the Italian part of ourselves.
I know.
The Mexican versus the Ukrainian,
I know. That goes on enough in one's own mind.
Right. Exactly.
Imagine doing it in different languages in there. I mean, that's
But it does point out the absurdity of any such notion as there being some kind of nationalistic idea that would supersede the magnificence of peace and the pleasure of harmony.
Right. Yeah, it's amazing how one of the tendencies is to be afraid of losing one's identity as a particular culture or a particular race, and that's beautiful and should be celebrated, the differences, and also the possibility to simply acknowledge what is bigger than any of the differences, and that is simply what is the same.
Exactly.
So it's a wonderful task we have here in A Better World.
Yes, exactly. Well, thank you both for sitting down and chatting with our audience.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We'll bring up some of your brethren, and
Awesome.
we'll get to some music soon.
Very cool.
Wonderful.
So now we're seated with Alex and Edwin, two of the other musicians of the five of Inner Voice. Hola.
Hola.
Bienvenidos.
Hola.
Muchas gracias.
Good to have you.
Thank you.
So, where are you from, Alex?
I am from planet Earth.
All right.
And on planet Earth, I'm from Michigan, Lansing, Michigan.
Really?
I was born.
Really?
Yeah. Grew up there till the age of 15, then I moved down to Miami, which is where the group is based out of.
Yeah. Now, have you been a musician all your life?
I guess in essence, yes, but relatively aware of it, no. I started singing or waking up to my talent and my potential as a vocalist like in my late teens. And soon after that, when I was still in that discovery process and phase, that's when I met Ashley, which you interviewed earlier.
Yes.
I was really drawn to, as I started, all my life grew up singing to my favorite music and stuff and loved it. And I guess thinking back on it, I realized where where I had naturally I had the gift of song and stuff, but I started being really drawn in my late teens to vocal harmonies and stuff like that and all that, and I was really compelled to become part of a vocal group, to sing harmonies, and I loved all that, the a cappella stuff and all that, and I placed an ad to really meet more vocalists that would probably be interested in starting a group, and that's how I met Ashley, and so we were really drawn.
So
from the
placing
get-go.
ads works.
Yes, ads work, America. Support your local ads.
Ads.com.
Ads.com. Or maybe betterworld.net.
Yeah, that's
if
right.
they sell ads, support them.
That's better. That's really funny. So when you sing, what's going on for you? When the moment of playing this music, because this music is so unique. This has such a, I don't like the word spiritual at all, because it's sort of like saying, oh, you're a human being? Really? It's like so obvious. It's by definition.
Yes.
That everything is born of spirit.
Yes.
And so to say spiritual is sort of inherently redundant.
And another word.
Right,
trying to describe the undescribable, right?
Yeah. Well, it's sort of just a fact.
Yeah.
So why bother?
Common
But-
knowledge.
But nonetheless, there's certain, let's say, sacredness to music that has been largely lost in our very commercial world. And you all, I feel, are really helping to revive and sustain that sacred quality. So was that something that was interesting to you when you were in your late teens, discovering your own vocal abilities? Or is that something that you have been growing into?
I think both. I mean, I believe not being conscious of it or aware of it. Every step, every choice I ever made in my life was has been leading me up to this moment, and looking back on that moment of when I wanted to do something, be part of something greater than what I believe myself to be, mentally. Every choice I made, led me up to that, and it's undescribable, magical. Yeah, I mean, I've had some people tell us, tell me, I mean, if we really tried to orchestrate to put this together, it wouldn't. It's just so divinely guided and just, beyond words that's, just
Right. Beautiful.
magical.
Gracias. Appreciate it. Edwin,
Yes.
welcome. Enough.
Mike. Thank you.
So you bring nothing to the table.
I bring nothing to the table.
Perfecto. That's great. Tell me, what brought you here? What is it inside you that wanted to arrive and do this with your life?
Well, I was born into a musical family. My mom's side of the family, especially my grandfather and my uncle, were amazing musicians, composers, also luthiers, guitarists. He built the guitars that I'll be playing, and really amazing musicians. So I always had music around me with my family. When I was 6 years old, my dad bought me one of those Casio keyboards that have the little lights, and you just, punch the key that lights up, and that was very fun for me, and I think that's the original, the beauty of music. It's naturally supposed to be fun and just expressing yourself. Also, my parents were very supportive of allowing us to do, what we truly wanted, as opposed to forcing music or forcing lessons or any particular thing. So, music just naturally arose in us, and love for the guitar came in when I was in middle school, and such a beautiful instrument. I started learning classical, jazz. I also played in a rock band, and then I met these guys, Inner Voice, and my inner voice told me that I should be here now.
That's great. And what is it like to play with your brother?
Oh, it's amazing.
And you grew up in the family playing together?
Yes, we did. We actually played in various ensemble situations. Before this we played in the same rock group, and in school we also played in symphony orchestras, bands, jazz bands. So we've had a very connected vibe musically.
Yeah.
So it's great to play with him once again.
That's wonderful. Well, thank you both for being with us.
Thank
for
you.
having us.
Finalmente.
Sí, señor.
Jamie. Good to have you.
Likewise, thank you.
Yeah. Now, where are you from?
Colombia,
Colombia.
yes.
Wonderful. So, there's such a mix here. Colombia, Cuba, Japan, in a way, America.
The whole world.
Right, really, it's just like, right?
Mm.
That's wonderful. It's wonderful.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes.
Now, how did you mix in with this group?
Actually, I used to live here in New York before 1997. I lived
Mhm.
here for 10 years, and my inner voice told me to move to Florida,
Is that so?
and and there you go. That brought me to the guys. Word of mouth through friends of the family. I was introduced to the guys, to Alex and Ashley, and that's how it came about.
Now, of all the music that you could play, why is it that you feel drawn to these themes that you're speaking of? I know that may sound silly, but music is often about so many other things: social commentary, political commentary, no commentary, boys and girls, romance,
Mhm.
country western, she left me yet again,
Mhm,
and all of
Been
those.
there, done that. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So, what is it? How would you describe how this speaks to you more than the others?
It just speaks through me, It just comes naturally since all my life is called upon me. But I just allow the expression of music to just flow to me. However, it came
However it
about
does.
exactly. And then when I moved here, before I moved here, I was already investigating, if you would, and reading a lot of books, and that opened up my perceptions, and to the truth of my being, of whom I am, and I think that in itself was a segue, as a group's joke, to inner voice. It was an inner vision that I had for many years, to somehow be able to express that which I found to be liberating for myself, from my conditionings, from all my perceptions, and so I was always envisioning to one day be able to do that with music, to somehow integrate that which I had learned for myself with music.
Are you all writing the lyrics together, or how's that
Yes.
coming about?
Ashley, Alex, and I started writing songs in the beginning, and from some time back, Ashley has been writing most of the lyrics. It flows naturally, very naturally through Ashley. Yes, and we all arranged the songs together, and all that good stuff.
Well, it's just so beautiful, and it, as I said before, it has a quality, and to use an often used word for this kind of thing, a vibration, a feeling,
Yes.
an oscillation,
Yes.
where we're, in a sense, I feel cellularly moved to another place, and it's a joy to be part. I was going to say be witness, but it's not witness. It's real participatory,
Yes. Yes.
And I'll just share with you another thought that I had in hearing you at Gangaji's beautiful satsang the other night. The power of language mixed with music as the carrier, as the vehicle for imprinting consciousness in the form of declaration became so evident to me, especially in the song that we'll be hearing.
Mm-hmm.
It was like I felt that the inner voice here was speaking to us and giving us a chance to lift, to elevate to the holy through the invitation of your beautiful singing and the music that was supporting it. It's like we were imprinting ourselves with it.
Absolutely, yes.
And surely that's the purpose of mantra. That's the purpose of bhajans, the Indian style of singing, of hymns sacred from the Amazon all the way across the planet. But the way you did it all, maybe it was a certain sincerity that you all had. I'm not really sure of what synthesis occurred that created that quality. That was just like a different octave, let's say.
Yeah, it's coming through you right now. So
Yeah.
Yes.
I just have to
Absolutely.
think about your music.
I-
No, because
we
it,
just-
it does make such a memory imprint.
Absolutely, yeah. It's a beautiful, true mantra, that's for sure.
Exactly.
And every time we perform it, it's just one more confirmation to that which we have realized
Yeah.
to be our calling, our truth, and whom we are. And it's a privilege, it's a blessing. It's to me, it's very humbling to be able to serve with such an amazing resonance of the essence, if you would, of that which we all are.
Yeah.
And yes.
And the language, the lyrics, are also, you're providing, in a sense, a crossroads of different cultures. We've been kind of playing with that. But the music itself, or the lyrics, is also a crossroads of all different cultures intersecting, because you make reference to Buddha and Jesus and Muhammad, and I don't know if Guru Nanak is in there, but you've got a lot of great holy beings referred to from different lineages, and they're all being brought together under one roof, so to speak.
Exactly.
So everybody can connect to that particular flower.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. What appears to connect, but you cannot connect what's already connected.
Exactly.
Yes,
Exactly.
it's already. We use the words only to serve
That's
as a
right.
bridge and for us
Yeah.
to understand.
Yeah.
But it's already there. It's already here. Always.
Exactly.
All along.
You can't.
yeah.
That's very good, Jamie. You can't connect what's already connected. That's sort of like what I was saying about spiritual. You can't be spiritual. You can't be more
Exactly.
spiritual. You're already spiritual. So
Exactly.
You can't be more of that.
But what an amazing opportunity to actually, be able to word these,
Yeah.
in such clarity,
Yeah.
all of us. I
Exactly.
think this is a whole collective opening that we all as a species are experiencing right now. And what a great time it is, for all of us, regardless of the appearances.
Yeah.
It's all part of the process, and we've
Exactly.
experienced so many things all along as it is. And, it's pretty amazing.
It's verdad.
Es verdad.
Thank you so much. For
Thank you.
joining us.
Thank you. Thank you. Namaste.